Okay, so this is my first YouTube video um, talking about myself and my own situation as a survivor of narcissistic parents. Where to begin? Well, usually one would begin at the beginning. However, in true Japanese fashion, um, where they turn to the back of a book to find out the ending, how it all ended. And if you're unlucky enough to watch a football game out there where you're interested in the results, they will announce those before they actually show the game, if it's a recorded game. So with that spirit in mind, I'd like to begin at the end, basically where I am now. I'll obviously talk about my story and go through the various stages that I've been through, but I felt that following on from where our group is at the moment on this topic, where our community is, I felt that it's important as a survivor to show you how it all turned out, how I came through it all. Perhaps and hopefully this will be some kind of a crutch, a beacon of light, perhaps even, to those who are along the journey themselves at various points, perhaps even those who are just starting out on the journey of finding out what the hell smacked into them and ran them over and reversed back over them and ran them over again and again and again and again all their life. And these are trucks, people who are supposed to be people that hold their best interests to heart. People like their parents, people like their brothers and sisters, people like their spouses, people they love. These people are supposed to love them. And unfortunately, it's not always the case. So, I'll begin by just stating how it all started, and then jump forward, I'll fast forward to where I am now. So basically, I was born in 1960 into possibly a lower middle class society, I should say. And the day I was born, I was told by my mother, the day I was born in hospital, my father wrote in his diary that the most beautiful boy in the world was born today. Sounds good. Good start, doesn't it? Yeah. Now, unfortunately, it was a bit of a baptism of fire, and I ended up in an incubator for a period of weeks. But I came through it. I came through that struggle, survived, and my mother tells me that she and I were taken home from the hospital by a Rolls Royce. My father had made on a Rolls Royce to pick us up, take us home in style. Doesn't get much better than that, does it? Sadly, I was born into one of those families, and all of my life I've been the butt of this NPD. Right from the get-go, really. Funnily enough, before I left the UK to embark upon my new life, I spent some time with my aunt, and I was going through a period of qualification, getting qualified for my new life as a teacher. I'm a teacher of English to students around the world who wish to study English as a second language. And I was taking a course and spent time at her house. She kindly put me up, and we were having breakfast. And she explained to me that the first thing she knew about what was going on in our house. And bear in mind, the rest of my father's family and my mother's family lived in the same town. We lived on the other side of the country. Whether that was because of job location, or because, as it's been said on videos, there's a need for the narcissist to create distance between himself and his own private little empire and the rest of the world around him, so that they can do whatever they do undetected. Go about their life as pillars of the community, as they subsequently did. And no one would be the wiser. However, my auntie told me that there had been some kind of issue at home. I believe my mother had a miscarriage after my sister, so possibly this was the time, I'm not sure. But at any rate, there was a need for me to go and spend time in the south of England with my aunt. And my father, being a very competitive man, apparently drove a Mach 2, as he always did, timed himself. Everything is a race with my father. Everything is a contest to be won at all costs. And apparently I was 18 months old, and along the way, it's a 4.5, 5-hour journey. I needed the toilet as a little kid. And of course that would have meant my father pulling over and taking me for my ablutions. And that obviously would lose him time, smash all that he'd achieved, all the people he'd cut up along the way, all the red lights perhaps that he'd run, all the tricks that he'd pulled to get himself as far ahead of the game as he thought he was. All of that would have been taken away. So whether I wet myself, or whether he finally sort of pulled in and took me to the toilet, I have no idea. But nevertheless, by the time he arrived at my aunt's house, I was well and truly in the doghouse. And she told me, she said, he made you stand in the garage, facing the wall, for 3 hours. 3 hours as a punishment for him having to stop, or for him having to not perform as well as he thought he could perform on the journey, because I failed him as a mother. So she said that she called a family meeting. The family meeting was called of her side of the family, my mother's side. And the way she told me, the way she put it was that my grandparents were there, and her older sister was there. My mother obviously was not there. My uncle in Australia, he says he was not there and was unaware of this, but then he lived on the other side of the world, and at that time there was very little communication between Australia and the UK. Perhaps a phone call at Christmas once a year. And nothing was mentioned to him. The topic wasn't broached in any way. And apparently she raised the issue and said, look, there is something very seriously going wrong here. And we need to address this. Anthony, my name, is at risk. I've seen it firsthand. I've witnessed it. Perhaps other members of the family had. I don't know. But she said that I needed to be taken away. The RSPCC, the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, need to be brought in and made aware of what's going on before it's too late. And apparently this was discussed, and it was decided by the family that on the whole, the loss of face would be too much for the family. The disgrace, the dishonour would be too much. And so my fate was sealed. They basically threw me to the lions. So let's just think about this for one moment, right? Let's just think about it. This is a family sitting around the table, an educated family. My grandfather was an educated, very educated man. My older aunt, she was a school teacher. She taught infant school. Yeah? That requires compassion, obviously. And they decided, so I'm told by my aunt, to throw me to the wolves. And I thought I'd just show you a picture of what I look like, what kind of people these people were who threw a little lad like this to the wolves. There you are. Could you throw a little lad like that? A little boy, look at him. Look at his eyes. Look at his face. Could you throw a little lad like that to the wolves, to be tortured, to be abused, to be humiliated, to have their life destroyed? My family did. And I'm here to say that I survived. I went through all of that. I took the knocks, I took the punishment. I'm still taking it to a certain degree, even though I've removed myself to the other side of the world. Reports filter back to me, I guess on purpose. Still, I've come through it. And that's my message today, to say that it is possible to make it through to the other side. I'm very fortunate now. I'm married to a wonderful woman. We've been married for 15 years. I live in Thailand. I have my own school now, my own business. I bought my own house, lovely house, 5 minutes from the ocean. I'm obviously paying for all of this. It doesn't come for free. So I tend to work 7 days a week. But I enjoy it. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy my students coming to me with their dreams, their aspirations, whether it's to improve their grade in school, whether it's to move up to tertiary education and they need me to build their English for that, whether it's for an interview to get a job, or even for affairs of the heart that come to me. And I really enjoy giving back to the world something that the world has given me in the life that I lead now. So this is the start of the videos that I'll put up to show my journey and how I went from this lovely little lad here with his teddy bear having the bollocks kicked out of him to this larger than life and twice as ugly old bugger sat before you now. So I look forward to sharing my videos, and I look forward to feedback from the community, and what you'd like to hear from me, questions you might have. How did I get this far? Milestones along the way, perhaps. Yes, I'll share them with you, and we'll meet again. But for now, I'm going to sign off and wish you all a good weekend. For those of you who are stuck in the middle of this, those of you who just realised that there's something up, those of you that I just don't know what the hell is going on, there is life at the other end. I'm not saying that it's perfect by any means, and I'm not saying that I came through unscathed. Far from it. But there is a way forward. For me, music. Music was the key. Music kept me sane. Music kept me together. Music kept me from falling in that quagmire and becoming a narcissist, a malevolent narcissist. The next generation, basically. It was built out of music. We all have to find whatever it is that keeps us above all of this. And I strongly advise you to try and find it, if it hasn't come to you already. But until we meet again, as my good friend Tom says, peace to you all. Good luck. See you soon. Bye for now.